Hey everyone, it's technology expert Burton Kelso here with another tip to help your business make more money. Today we're talking about how to build credibility for your business. Now, as we all know, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So it's very important that you build credibility for your business, especially your service business. So, all of my service professionals out there, you need to learn or listen to these tips to help you make more money and, of course, to build credibility, which is definitely going to help you build more money. In our current business environment, have grown past, or our consumers have grown past, looking towards the best. So companies that advertise that they're the best in whatever service arena they do doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to attract customers. I think most consumers have been burned by one company or another, so they're looking to build long term relationships with businesses. And of course, a little bit of credibility is going to help your business gain new customers and obviously keep new customers so that you can avoid the churn of trying to get new customers. Because if you build solid credibility, then your customer base will come to you because your business will be known as a credible business, and people will want to do work for you, or not work for you, but will be willing to work with you. So with that said, before I stumble over any more words, let's take a look at 5 tips that you should do in order to help build credibility with your business. So, tip number 1 is to be trustworthy. Trustworthiness is an understatement. And it's something that obviously should be common sense, but you have to be a trustworthy individual in order to stay business. If you run the practice of taking advantage of people or gouging price wise, then word's going to get out. And I don't care how large of the community you're in, people will spread the word. And it's easy to do with reviews and on social media. You can definitely go from just a regular business to a business that's known as a criminal business. And you definitely don't want to be someone who is perceived as taking advantage of people. So make it your priority to be a trustworthy individual. I know sometimes we go down that path of untrustworthiness because we want to make ourselves look good. And it's not necessarily about looking good in the face of the customer. It is, but it's about being honest about the situation that you run into. So, for example, if in my IT industry, if there's a problem that I can't solve, I'm going to reach out for help, and I'm going to let the customer know that I may be in over my head, but I'm going to find the resources to help them solve their problem. And I think at the end of the day, I shouldn't say I know at the end of the day, that's all customers care about is, did you solve their problem? So whatever situation you run into, don't find a backdoor or a illegal way to solve their problem. Make sure that you find a legitimate way. Make sure that you're also concentrating on finding solutions so that people will trust you to come to you whenever you have problems. So be trustworthy. Believe me, it goes a long way. So number 2 would be to get those hard to get customer reviews. Customer reviews are definitely a hard thing to get because most of them require a customer to log online and to fill out that review with either Google or Facebook, which are the 2 most important platforms in order to get reviews. And it's hard. If someone doesn't have a Google account, it's hard to get them to sign up for a Google account just to leave you a review. Same thing with Facebook. Now, obviously, you can get verbal reviews or letters or emails from people, and then you can post them on your website. You don't always have to be reliant on those search engine or social media reviews. But the important thing is that you get customer reviews. It's nothing wrong with asking customers, how well did I do, and having them to respond in the positive that you did a good job as far as the work or service that was performed. So always ask for reviews. It's important and it's imperative. It's a good idea if you could get them to go over to social media or search engines or places like Yelp and leave reviews. And Yelp has even changed it up where you can leave a review using a Google account and sign up for Yelp. But if you're not able to do that, or you service a customer base that is not familiar, just get those reviews the old-fashioned way. Trust me, they definitely stand out, and make sure that people who aren't familiar with your brand or your company know that you do good work. Not a bad idea as well if you can convince people to post about whatever work that you've done on their social media platforms in order to help the review aspect. But always ask for those reviews to help build your credibility. So number 3 is a no-brainer. And I don't even know why I put this up here, but it serves as a reminder. Always do good work. I shouldn't have to state that, but do good work. Don't do shoddy work. I think one of the things that we take for granted as far as customers are concerned is their perspective as how well the job was done. And I think many service professionals and other businesses fail to ask the question, did I do a good job? And it's important that you ask that question. You can't just leave it up to assumption that you went in and you did some work and you provided a service and then you left and you got paid. That does not constitute doing a good job. All you've done is work. You haven't necessarily done good work because you've got to ask the customer, did I do good work? Are you pleased with what I did? Always ask before you make that final transaction as opposed to a sales receipt or an invoice, because with both, there always has to be value provided behind those. And there always has to be value provided with good work too. So make sure that you're asking your customer, did I do a good job, to ensure that they feel that you did good work. Also internally, I think you know when you do good work versus when you do shoddy work. Trust me, if you don't do good work, word is going to get out and it's going to cripple your credibility. So always do good work and make sure that your customers are happy with the work that you performed. So tip number 4 is, and I know all of you probably aren't going to like this, but I'm going to post it up there anyway. Offer some free advice. There's nothing wrong with giving away little details of what you do, those inner secrets or those quick fixes. Nothing wrong with it, because it helps build credibility that you know what you are talking about. Now, no one hates more someone who says that they can do the work, but they can't do the work. But to build your credibility, you constantly have to show that you are a capable individual or that your company is capable. So it's nothing wrong with offering free advice. And it doesn't mean that every time someone calls in that you're giving away the shop by giving out the free advice. There are many ways that you can give out free advice. Number 1, you can post on social media different tips and tricks that people commonly encounter as far as problems related to your industry. You can also create a blog, whether it be weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Send out a blog post or a quick newsletter giving out those little quick tips to help your current customer base and your current and existing are the same words, right? But your potential customer base, because it's building credibility when you're giving out those tips and tricks, and you are asserting yourself as an authority in your industry when you're sharing information like that. There's nothing wrong with putting out some quick how-tos when it comes to your business. Don't be afraid to do it. Now, obviously, you have to keep watch for those who want you to do a major project and you give all the details for free. You don't want that. It's little minor things like how to quickly unclog a drain if you're a plumber, or if you're an IT person, what's the best antivirus software out there? If you're an appliance repair, should I use the self-cleaning function on my oven or not? If you're in lawn care, what's a quick thing that I can do to help have a beautiful lawn? Or what are some quick lawn maintenance tips? The list goes on depending on what type of service that you offer. If you're an automotive repair, what are the maintenance things that I need to do to my vehicle? Because truth be told, people like using your services, but they don't want to be using them all the time. So give them some tips to help them keep going and to help them out, and it will help build your credibility. And 5 is the hardest one that service businesses or any business wants to deal with, and that is get some media coverage. Media doesn't necessarily mean TV or radio. It can also mean blog post or anything that is constituted media in today's world. Now, media has definitely helped my business because I'm on quite a few television stations and podcasts and blog posts and on social media. But the thing that is the hardest that I have to tell people when it comes to getting media coverage is that you're not getting on a podcast or on TV or even a radio show and just bragging about how good your business is. It goes back to the free advice, which was number 4, getting on media to basically share those quick tips and tricks to help people out as far as it pertains to your industry. But media coverage is definitely a challenge because you do have to work to get in contact with the producers of said podcasts, TV shows, or radio shows to be considered an online or on-air expert. But you can also get media coverage by having your business help out the community too, which is probably the easiest way to get media attention. If you're handing out tips for your business, that's one thing. There's a ton of individuals that are doing that. But if you are helping the community out and you make it known that it's your business helping the community out, the media will cover. So there's tons of events that are good for the community, such as recycling events, help feed the hungry, helping out small business, which is huge, especially in our current economic climate. One of the ways that I got introduced into media was putting on a non-charitable event called a cash mob. Now, the whole purpose of the cash mob was to get people from around the community to support a business either once a week or once a month, as we did, and spend $20 at that business in order to help give that small business an economic boost. When we did the first one here in the Kansas City metropolitan area, all the media outlets, including our local newspaper, showed up and covered that event because it had never been done before, and it was in this area, but it was also catching on nationwide as well. And that one event is what started my journey to being featured in media quite a bit. And it was a community event. Didn't benefit my business at all, other than the exposure of helping people out. So think outside the box. Find out ways that your business can get some media coverage and help build that credibility. So, with that said, if you've got comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. I love how I do that. Below. And I would love to hear any feedback that you might have about how to build credibility for your business. Now, I always have to throw this graphic up here because I ain't too proud to beg. But if you love this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And I hope that graphic is showing up. And share. And if you know any other business that is looking to make more money, share this video with them. Hopefully they'll get some tips that are designed to help them out. So I always have to say this because I'm a tech guy, but I love technology. I've read all the manuals and I'm serious about helping make technology easy to use for everyone. And as a business owner, it's my obligation to help other businesses make more money. So take care of yourself and do many things to make you smile. And thanks for watching.